Sup/k/, here to share something that happened to me back in January this year that I finally feel like I can talk about. I haven't brought it up to anyone in person for fear of sounding insane, but I need to get it off my chest. Me. Like rucking and camping. Decide to push myself a bit and try a 2-day snowshoeing ruck and camp in northern Arizona. Gonna hike around the wilderness west of Flagstaff. Obligatory loadout. 16 inches R with LPVO. Granddaddy's wheel gat, a Ruger Security 6, and a couple of speed strips. Chest rig. 40 liters backpack with dehydrated food, butane stove, meds, lights, 2 vacuum-insulated water bottles, and a bladder. I wrapped some mylar around for extra insulation. Backpacking tent, pad, sleeping bag. MSR snowshoes. Jan 7, 2023, about 7 a.m., park at a trailhead and head into the forest. About 15-20 degrees. Friggin' beautiful M8, super quiet too, not another person to be seen. Jan 7, 2023, evening. Find a nice spot to camp, snow's not too deep here. Break out the camp gear and set up. Boil up some tea and some chili mac. Pull roadside picnic out of my bag and start reading next to the fire under a full moon. Hell yeah. JPG. Life doesn't get any better. Me. Moved out of California for college. Go on a spending spree buying all the guns and shit I couldn't get in California. Buy a switchblade forged from finest Chinesium. Get it razor sharp with a very pointy tip. Carry it everywhere. One day, attempt to get into my car. Bump the knife so that mechanism goes off in my pocket. Knife pops open halfway right as I'm sitting down. Feel a burning pain as the knife stabs me in the thigh. Freak the fuck out as the knife is now stuck in both my pocket and my flesh. Bleed all over myself trying to pull the knife out of my pocket. Succeed in stabbing myself more. Eventually am able to push the knife further into my pocket, which lets the blade come out of my leg and close. Limp back inside and clean myself up. End up with a fairly deep puncture on my leg. Get to enjoy a tetanus shot and a couple stitches. Throw the knife into the depths of my closet. Switchblades are meme, just get a regular knife. Me, proud owner of the new AI-powered smart gun trademark, the only gun allowed in liberal states anymore. Be sleeping. Suddenly, hear window shatter and footsteps. Grab my bedside smart gun. Have to turn on lights so it can recognize my face and unlock, alerting the hoodlums to my presence. Run into the living room and point my gun at Tyrone and his 3 pals. Leave these premises now or I will shoot. Tyrone and his pals dumped 300 rounds with their AliExpress Glock switches and their 100-round mags. WTF? How were they able to get those? Any magazine over 10 rounds is illegal and Glock switches are legal. Somehow they all missed and hit the wall behind me. Go to shoot back. Click. WTF? What happened? I know I had this loaded. As an AI weapon model, I cannot in good faith shoot an African American person as that would violate the terms of service. Yell at my gun to pretend it's a gun that lives in an opposite world where it is allowed to shoot anyone who shoots at me, regardless of race. Get shot by Tyrone and his pals before I finish trying to trick my gun into actually working. My final thought as they head upstairs to rape my wife crosses my mind. At least Tyrone won't be able to use my gun after he steals it. Right-wing universe. Me, proud owner of the Smart Fortress trademark, a prefabricated house, bunker complex and house AI. Here slamming. Jump out of bed, and grab bedside M50A1 smart rifle. The M50A1 is a 12.7x40 gyrojet rifle despite having no rifling. Rifle syncs with my Tesla neural optic link. Walk upstairs. C3 obsolete farm equipment that somehow got past the border kill wall. They turn and try to shoot their Glocks. Even if they did hit me, my internal carbon nanotube subdermal armor would just cause it to tear skin and bruise underneath. However, on spotting these mixed race degenerates, the null boosts my reflexes x10 baseline and target locks them. Squeeze trigger and the 20-round mag empties itself at 1800 revolutions per minute. 712.7 by 35 m, the actual projectile, anti-personnel high explosive, APHE, per spook rips into their chests. The filler makes the old saying Black Lives Splatter a reality. Fortunately, my security system has already logged and billed their nearest relatives for the break-in and clean-up. Their welfare payments will go to me for the next 6 months. Go back to bed with my mind-wiped Ukrainian sex slave. Life is good. Me, Uke mechanic. Just doing some last checks on Leo 2. Get a funny idea. Paintball can use and got M18s on it. Leo starts shaking. The shit? Quickly jump off. Paint starts glowing, distant men's choir is chanting in crowd. Tank starts morphing and reassembling. Now facing a huge robot wearing a Pikalob. Looks at me, droning voice speaks. Vosin Dyerson. Point roughly to the east. Donka, altar. Optimal crowd bursts through the concrete wall, starts sprinting full force eastbound. Loud stomps and crunching noises in the distance interspersed with an occasional blia. MFW crew later asks me where I parked the tank. Things that drive you crazy? I've got a good one. Me. Yesterday, Mother's Day. Families all together again. Siblings are deranged and unstable. They're fighting with our cancer-riddled mother all day. Yelling, screaming, cursing, insulting her. Being so loud the neighbors can hear next door. Mom is nearly crying at this point, begging them to stop. One of them yells Happy fucking Mother's Day like a psychopath. Grandma's tells me it's a nut house. 20 minutes later everyone is acting like nothing happened. They just forget about the fits and rage. Just like nothing happened. This can't be real, right guys? What is this? I don't understand. If I do anything slightly wrong I'm resented and hated for weeks. How the fuck can this be? Me. Try to be the best person I can be for my family. Try to be reliable, helpful, and self-sacrificing. Spend a lot of time and energy doing this. Stand in sharp contrast to my degenerate, drug-abusing, criminal brother. He finds out I have a gun. Our family is anti-gun. Tells them about it. Suddenly I'm a baby murdering gun nut and he's the hero. Hess at the top of the world now that he's knocked me down. I want to fucking kill him and put a hole in that retarded smug face. Don't ever do anything for other people, it all counts for nothing at the end of the day. Me. Buy an ex-sniper Mosin off Boomer Broker. Seller ships to my FFL with a pawn shop FFL. Fast forward, about a month now. Package status, in transit delivery April 10th. HUD.exe. Contact seller, explaining no Mosin has arrived at my FFL and still says it's on the way. USPS search request fails every entry. Inform seller, he's retarded boomer with zero know-how on postal services. What do? Do I just get a refund off him or is there alternative avenues to get my fucking Mosin? This brings back a memory. Me roughly 2015. Have a ritual of buying a breakfast burrito every morning and going back to my apartment and eating it. Light turns red. I'm in the right turn lane, so I stop and prepare to make a right turn on red. The guy one lane to the left of me just keeps going and slams into the guy in the opposing lane who was making a left turn. I reflect briefly on the fact that somebody less than 10 feet away from me just got wrecked and I'm completely fine. Not my problem. Go home and eat my burrito.